Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bosus John may normally be on new bestie Dorit, Kemsley side on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but she had an unexpected take on Dorit's drama with Sutton at the caviar and Khan's lunch. I see why. Sutton and Dorit got into an argument at Jennifer Till's party at Kivar Caspia on season 14 episode 13. After rehashing their disagreement from Dorit's 4th of July party, Sutton made a jab about Dorit's finances. You need to pick on somebody else whose wallet fits. The mama of Free said while appearing on the February 27 episode of Access Hollywood's Housewives Nightcap podcast. Boma shared her perspective on the drama. I will also be honest that Dorit is not innocent. You know what I mean in that she knows how to poke. I'm not even saying that she shouldn't poke, but she knows how to poke and where to poke. Okay. The former Netflix CMO said likewise. Boma said Sutton also knows how to poke and where to poke, and so they're just going to go back and forth with that, and they're just going to get lower and lower and lower. There is no high road. She continued, though Bars recognized how Sutton could have felt triggered by Dorit. She wished Sutton had more compassion for Dee's situation. And so for me the shock was that I do believe that Sutton is in a stable enough emotional state that she could look at something and be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to rise above this. Whereas I even give it to Kyle Richards, where it's like they're in such delicate emotional space that I think it would be difficult for them to come out of the muck and be wiser, better. Boma said, referring to Kyle and Dorit's respective marital separations. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it's all of us have been in this space where you just need a little grace. You need somebody to be like, you know what, she's in a real effed up place. She's going through it, Boma said. And so I was shocked by the fact that Sutton could continue to go so low at some point. Somebody's got to be the bigger person. Somebody has to. On a previous episode of the Rob B8 after show, the ladies weighed in on Sutton's money comment. Boma said, you know, if you're really trying to have some class, you don't talk about money like that. Kyle referred to the tense exchange as one of Sutton's worst moments. How did you get your money, Sutton? Kyle continued, it's not exactly bragging rights. I mean, are we going to sit there and say we're basing all of our value on who we are as a person by how much money is in our bank account? Because then also Sutton can sit down. I know if I was in a very bad financial strait, I know I would show up with my Labutin and channel and my guess fake Perkin bag if I couldn't afford a real one, the actress said. So I have a little bit of empathy for Dorit, because I know that's what I would be doing when it comes to the ever glamorous and endlessly chaotic world of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Fans know to expect the unexpected. Diamonds are forever, friendships are fleeting, and shade is always in season. But every so often a take comes along that makes even the most seasoned housewives of fishos raise their perfectly arched brows in disbelief. Ento's Bravo superfan, pop culture commentator, and the internet's unofficial housewee whisperer, who just dropped a bombshell of an opinion about the simmering feud between Kemsley and Sutton. Stack Buzz's take, let's just say it's not what anyone expects. And as he put it himself, I'm just saying to understand why Buzz's commentary hit like a diamond-encrusted thunderbolt, we have to rewind to the root of the Dorit Sutton drama for the past 2 seasons. These two could not be more different if they tried Dorit with a polished glam, runway-ready wardrobe and penchant for transforming every minor inconvenience into a Manolo embodies modern Beverly Hills opulence. Sutton, on the other hand, is a southern eccentric with an affinity for awkward comedic timing, quirky CER, at a habit of blurting out the unfiltered truth even when no one asked. It's the perfect recipe for Bravo gold. Tensions between Dorit and Sutton reached new heights during the most recent cast trip, where a passive-aggressive exchange of the seating arrangements spur into a full unphilosophical debate about friendship loyalty and whether the term "Rue" can be considered a personality trait. Boss, who has built his Bravo-centric platform by offering sharp analysis with a side of comedic flair, took to his social channels to white on the Dor versus Sutton dynamic. Fans expected him to lean Sutton after all. Sutton's underdog energy and mean-worthy confessionals made her a fan favorite, but Barr did what Barr does best. He sagged when everyone expected him to zag. I'm just saying. Barr's began with a trademark smirk that lets followers know something spicy is coming. I will sleeping on the fact that Kemsley might actually have a point. Gasps could practically be heard through the screen. Barrs argued that while Sutton's charm lies in her offbeat, unfiltered approach to life, that same quality makes her an exhausting friend. I love Sutton, I really do, Boss clarified, but being her friend feels like having a tumbler loose in a gussy boutique. I'm predictable, chaotic, and at some point something's getting broken. He went on to explain that Dorit, for all her dramatics, operates with a code. It's a code racked in labels and over-enunciated monologues, sure, but it's a code nonetheless. Dork loyalty comes with terms and conditions, Barr said, and you can either read the fine print or get your feelings hurt when she calls you R for a microaggression you didn't even realize you committed. Sutton, she's like, I'm your friend unless I get bored, confused, or distracted by a squirrel in a shallow scarf. It took exactly 3.2 seconds for Biz's hot take to ignite a comment section wildfire. Team Sutton accused Barrs of abandoning the quirky queen just to be contrarian, while Team Dor treated Boss's words like gospel. Even Gerald B., who has played peacekeeper between Dorit and Sutton more times than she can count, liked B's post, adding fuel to the fire. B woke up and chose KES1. F wrote a new auditioning to be P's new best friend, and other quipped, but Barr wasn't backing down. In a follow-up video, he doubled down. I know it's easier to love Sutton. Barr said she's cookie, she's funny, she gives great sound bites, but let's be real, if Sutton was your actual friend you'd needed Xanax and a crisis manager just to get through brunch. What made Baz's take so compelling wasn't just its humor, it was how he framed the whole feud as a battle between order and chaos. Dorit, for all her lavish excess and dramatics, craves structure. She needs clear rules for friendship, social cues, and conversations that follow a logical flow, even if that flow involves Dorit talking for 85% of it. Sutton, meanwhile, thrives on busy rules are just suggestions, and conversations are abstract art pieces that may or may not include a point. Until the very end, friendship for Dorit is a curated tablescape. Barrs explained, friendship for Sutton is a Jackson Pollock painting, beautiful but a little bit of a mess. The beauty of Real Housewives is that nobody's ever 100% right or wrong, everyone's just messy in different fonts. Barrs acknowledged this, admitting that both Dorit and Sutton have their strengths and weaknesses as friends. Dor can be shallow, exhausting, and a little too obsessed with appearances. B said Sutton can be erratic, socially toned, deaf, and allergic to accountability. But if I had to travel with one of them, I'm picking Dor at a 75-piece luggage set. Every time. Buzz's surprising stance raises a bigger question. Are fans growing tired of Sutton's lovable mess act? And could Dorit, long dismissed as a glambot with a British accent that comes and goes, actually be positioning herself as the voice of reason in the next era of Beverly Hills? I'm just saying, Buzz concluded. Sometimes the friend who annoys you the most is the one who's actually been real with you. As the dust settles and Bravo fans take sides, one thing is clear: Buzz take love it or hat it injected new life into a feud that was starting to feel like reheated caviar in a franchise built on diamonds. It's refreshing when someone dares to dig a little deeper and find the dirt beneath the sparkle. So is Dor the unsung hero of Robe? Or is BS just stirring the pot for sport? As always, the truth is somewhere in between. and probably being filmed for next season's reunion, I'm just saying. Liked videos.